Hey, this is Ariella, and I run dubstepping. Dubstepping is something I started just for fun, and it's kind of about promoting women in the dubstep scene. And it's kind of, I love dubstep, and I wanted to share my passion. So I've been doing that through like newsletters and putting on events and just kind of general like networking. And I'm sat down having a conversation with.
Hollie, I run FavouriteChild. FavouriteChild basically started as a clothing brand that I started like 4 and a bit years ago. And I took a break from that and I've recently brought it back with a project called FCFM, which is basically Favourite Child FM. And it's just a collection of collaborations with a lot of people within UK music. So I've been working with Ellie quite a lot.
Very
Sat right here
exciting.
with me.
Yeah, so I'm Ellie and I run Garms and Sets, and that started out as research into like subcultures and how people dress and what they wear in little pockets of society connected to like British subcultures, British sounds, because I'm a designer and it all feeds into like referencing like what people wore in the past, what people wear now, and then had this huge break from like going out to raves, and especially like dubstep. Like the first time was about 2009 to 11. And then I went and studied like fashion design, had a break from it all, like literally didn't step foot in one dubstep rave, and then started again. And that was like 3 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, and now I'm at all you lot.
Yeah.
And now you can't stop.
Now I can't stop. And now I'm on that, and yeah.
Amazing. Right, and how did you guys get into the scene?
I had a bit of a different way of getting into like UK music as a whole, to be honest, because I grew up in Spain. I grew up in like a really rural part of Spain, in Andalusia in southern Spain, and it was literally like I think there was like 800 people in the village. I moved there when I was 7, and I moved back when I was like 15. So like a large chunk of when people would kind of to start discovering music, I was in this tiny little village in Spain. So I came back when it's so random, isn't it?
When you first told me, I was like, what?
It's so random. And then when I came back to the UK when I was 15, within I think like 4 months of living here, I'd found a group of friends at school that started going squat rave, and they kind of showed me that avenue of music that I'd never actually discovered, because like the only music that I really listened to was Spanish chart music, like the traditional Spanish flamenco music.
Oh, so it's quite
like,
quite a difference.
I know. And then I had Sky TV, so I had all the English music channels, so like Channel U, Stars TV.
What a contrast.
I know, it's so bad. And then I came back, and within 4 months I was like in random warehouses where I'd literally like barely even been into central London.
Oh my
It
God.
was so nuts.
That's insane.
And then from there I just kind of carried on going to raves, started going to legal raves, and it just kind of spiraled from there, and I got absolutely obsessed.
Oh, very cool. Oh my gosh. Okay, and Ellie, what about you?
My friend Chloe, big up Chloe, she's the start point of it all. It was like 2009. She took me to a basement that was under what used to be the Palace Hotel on Oxford Road in Manchester, like opposite the station. And I just remember going downstairs and being like, what is this? I'd never heard anything like it before. It was Bar 9. I think, one of the first tracks I heard was Midnight, if you know that track. It was literally like, but then I was obsessed. I was like, I've never heard anything like it. And then started going to like Hit and Run on a Monday at the Attic. And then it was, Area 51 for a bit or something. It's like Rich Reason, all that lot, Chunky. And then, that was the start. But I wasn't like, to me, it was just, I liked the sound of it, and I was going out. I was just there with my mates, and then.
Wait, so what year was that you were going to Hit and Run?
2009 was when I first went.
Wow, that's insane.
I know.
Yeah. I went to my first Hit and Run in like 2022.
Oh my God, love that.
Yeah, I don't think I've actually ever been.
No, it's quite good.
I
think you should go to the
it's
next
sick.
one.
Yeah. I love what they're doing up there, because it's like such a London
scene,
like
but
sound
in a Manchester warehouse.
and like Leeds, like Sheffield, like so many other cities are doing it and have been forever. So like Rich Reason, shout out to you forever. And they're on Outlook Partners next year as well.
I saw.
There's
so many exciting ones. I was actually so gassed.
My goodness.
So that was.
But yeah, it was fun. I feel like kind of same when I was living in London. Like I wasn't really in the dubstep scene, but then when I moved to Manchester for uni, I feel like I really kind of like understood like bass music. I didn't really understand what it was, but I was just there like, oh, this is fun. And then obviously I started going to Hit and Run, and I'd go to like all the clubs in Manchester, but no one would go with me because they were like, oh no, like we don't like this music. So I'd just be like rolling solo.
I took my friends and they left.
Yeah, no, literally, like they were like, what is
like,
this?
Jimmy and that shout. Love you, I think he's watching it, so.
And then
Love you.
I kind of
They
moved
left.
back to London.
That's jokes.
Yeah, but yeah, so then I moved back to London, and then I did the mode workshops and just kind of became obsessed with dubstep. And
I think that's
here
really
we are
similar for a
today.
lot of people. I think when people, you either get into it and you don't like it,
or
or
you just
get
like love
absolutely
it.
obsessed. There's
Exactly.
like no
And
in
I feel
between.
like there's so many, like the community in dubstep is such a big thing, and it's like how we've all met as well. Like it's
fully.
it's
It's so
insane.
good.
I think it's so different from any other genre. I feel like I'm like a general music lover.
Yeah.
But like I still am. I still love jungle and have like a big community in the jungle scene as well, especially in London. But like the dubstep community is like,
I feel like it's pure,
insane.
like you are there
Yeah.
because you love the music.
Because it's quite like, I feel like it's like Marmite, you either same,
Yeah.
love it or you hate it.
Yeah.
So like people just like gravitate towards each other.
It's true.
It's true. And I feel like it's such a good like networking scene as well. Like I feel like every LLDC we've all been to, we've come out with like 4 new people that we follow. Or
yeah, the last one last month, it was like actually mad. I think it's like the 14th one or something. So it's every month.
What do you say? It's like a youth club.
Basically,
Yeah, almost
like,
I feel like
people
it is.
just turn up.
Because that's the thing, you know your regulars, and you're like, oh hey,
it's like such a massive family.
Yeah,
I was like so overwhelmed after being inside for like 2 minutes. Like I need to go back outside.
Yeah.
So it's like said how like it's amazing, but it's like hi.
know,
I'm like
it's-
stimulating.
It's quite nice though, because I feel like a lot of us started going solo.
Yeah,
and now
but
like
I did,
we all just go and we're like, oh, it's okay, like I'll roll solo because I'll see like 10 people I know there.
I got
It's actually
taken by
mad.
my friend Jake for the first time. I think it was over a year ago. I can't remember exactly which one. It was when it was still in Coppercats.
Oh
The OG.
Oh my god,
You know the one with the mirror?
Yeah, but
Which
not
is
when
mad.
it was the mirror.
Have you ever anywhere else been in a dance
with
a mirror?
That was
How good
disgusting.
is that,
I was
though?
like, when I first walked in, I was like, yo, this
actually
room is huge.
I know.
But
but
it's just a
That
reflection.
one was awful. Like the walls were sweating. It was literally
Literally
The
getting
mirror.
drips on your forehead.
yeah,
where you
from
got
other
the-
people.
The logo.
Yeah.
You
Exactly that.
plug it.
From that from
yeah.
from that room. So basically, FavouriteChild, like I said, it was a clothing brand, and I kind of changed it into more of like the way I describe it now. I would say is more like a brain creative dump. It's like somewhere that I can just post anything that I want to post about music and kind of not really think about putting any labels on it. Like I post a lot of articles. I do a lot of like write-ups on like archiving stuff in music and like documentation of a lot of stuff, and then do like photography stuff. I like work with a lot of people, but I still drop clothes. And like the most recent thing, and I think the most iconic thing.
Can we just say it's actually in meme culture? It's
From
memes that have
yesterday.
used it.
The dubstep meme niche has been reached, and I feel like I can die happy now.
Yeah.
Totally.
No,
I
that
didn't
is-
even know
that
that's
is
not on
cool.
my list. I didn't even know that was
No.
on my list.
Do you want to say the iconic little quote?
So basically, Diego at a NLDC, it was one that I'd
It's
missed.
Josh's birthday.
It was Josh's
It was the
birthday one.
sweaty. It was the mirror one with the sweaty walls. Yeah.
I missed that one though because I was in Leeds.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And then I saw a story that you'd put up, and I don't think had we met at that point. I think we'd met maybe once, but we weren't like.
Wait, we had met, but you don't remember.
Okay,
I
so
know.
It was at Heavyweight.
Oh yeah, I don't remember much.
It's fine, babes.
The first
I feel
one
so
is-
bad.
Sorry, we're friends now.
it's okay. We'll
Sorry, I
forgive
don't
him.
remember. And Ellie had put up a story on her Instagram, and basically the mirror that was behind the decks, because it was so hot, like you say, it's so
Yeah.
condensated.
Dripping.
Diego's got this motto that if you know Diego's Subblock, that owns Subblock, he literally screams it from the rooftop that it's not 140, it's dubstep. And he'd written that behind the mirror just with his finger, and I saw a video of it, and I
I know,
screenshotted
it
it.
was so
eyes
funny.
never
Like, I was
seen it.
literally
I was like-
watching it. I was like,
I was
lol.
like, this is iconic, and I
Yeah.
literally made it into a t-shirt, and we dropped it, and it literally went a bit crazy,
Yeah.
which is so
Congrats.
nice. And it's kind of like a little family uniform.
Yeah. No, I feel like the uniform is just a baggy t-shirt that's wrapping some form of like dubstep
Yeah, of
label or
course.
dubstep like
Yeah,
thing.
definitely.
It's funny.
Which is so nice. Yeah, the last NLDC, it was the NLDC versus Subblock. It was so nuts. I literally got to the dance and there was literally about 25 of them t-shirts. And if you know Dawson Dead, it's small as
So
well. I was
small.
literally like, what is going on? It was so nice to see everyone was repping it and everyone was
Yeah.
giving a lot of love to it, which was really nice.
supports. It's good.
It's so
Well,
nice.
that's the thing. I feel like in dubstep it's so nice because it's such a mix of ages. Like you've got some like fresh 18s, and then you've got like some 50-year-old people, and I think like it's so great. Like you learn so much from the different like types of people and different ages. Like it's fascinating.
Yeah, it's so true.
It's so nice.
Especially like I feel the people who started the genre, or like the Croydon lot, they are still so accessible and so
like they will
real
just
and like
walk
in everyone's
around as if,
lives.
They're so happy to kind of share all of the knowledge and all of
and they're also
the
so
wisdom.
gassed when you are like gassed about them. They're like, oh, it's just
Honestly.
little old me. Like,
I think like first time I met Marla, I was like,
yeah.
It was like, bless you. And now it's just like, you're right.
He offered me some of his tequila at Outlook, and I actually declined stupidly, but I was like, oh my god.
That was jokes. Oh, Outlook, miss.
So I can't wait. I cannot wait.
Wow,
yeah, that was another thing that you were pointing out. I don't know if you wanted to go somewhere, I can pivot.
You go.
Everyone, like the style in dubstep, and how it's because like with Garms and Sets, stuff like that, always focusing on like what are people wearing and the parallels between like the then and the now of like early 2000s, which you can see in a lot of like Georgina Cook's photos, like Drums of the South. Also, she's got a second edition of that book coming out. I think it's like in a matter of weeks.
Yeah, soon.
So that is amazing.
Very exciting.
It's so good, and she's incredible, and like so always so open to speak about things. But she thankfully like documented a lot of it as well, and you can just see that it's not about like in comparison to Jungle or Garage, where people are wearing like they're spending like bills on their outfits, like they've got the matching two pieces, like Miss
they go out to just show the outfit.
Champagne. You know? I think I've read things where people like they save up, they buy champagne. It's like all about the image, and then they're skint for the rest of like whatever, living for the weekend. But then dubstep,
it's a complete opposite.
It was just like a dark. Like I never went forward, but the story goes that it's just a dark room, and then like there's just. People are just stood there, just listening.
Rigs and decks, and that's it.
Yeah.
No lights, no nothing. Stripped back.
Yeah, I think that's the thing that's so nice. It is stripped back. Like you're not there to show off your best outfit. Like no one gives. Like no one cares.
Yeah. Until now.
Although I suppose
in
now
the 20,
it's becoming a bit
nearly
more.
next quarter. Why do I think like this? I'm about to say like the next quarter of the century, like 'cause it's 20.
Well, the next 20 years.
Century.
No, as in like of this. Like, this is what I mean. Unnecessary. Where am I going? I think when I saw they're like £450 these Miu Miu buckle ballet pumps in a dubstep rave. I was like,
what?
Yeah.
That's really out of place.
It wasn't one of us, so it's not me being shady, but I was just like, what?
No.
But then again, it's nice that anyone can just wear what they want to rave, you know?
Do you know what? I feel
That's
like
true.
I
Yeah, I'm not
remember
being a
you
dick.
swearing. Like I feel like I didn't know it was you then, but a fur coat. Like to
When was
NLDC
this?
fucking ages ago.
Oh, that was my birthday.
It was
that's
actually
why.
because I remember
was my
being like,
birthday.
I have always wanted to wear a fur coat to NLDC, but
And
I
that
was
was
like,
a
no, I
big
can't
old
do
fur
it.
coat
It
as
was,
well.
and I
It was
saw you,
hot.
and I was like,
I was
yes,
sweating
we
out. I
love
can't
that.
lie. It was
Yeah, it
big
was
regret.
really hot.
But it's because I went for a meal and then I went to the pub.
Yeah.
And it was my birthday, you know. I wanted to
No, exactly. Like wear the fur coat. Like I love it, but
it was
I
a
just
big
was
regret
like,
when I got there though, because I remember getting there and I was
it was
like,
good because it was like, oh, okay, yeah, you can wear a fur coat to a dubstep night. So
Wear what you want.
no,
of course,
this is true.
always.
I just feel like those ballet pumps
As long
would
as
have
you
got
look fly.
Yeah, I feel like maybe we can move on to talking about influential women in dubstep.
100%.
Like,
Let's do it.
who do we start with? I feel like there's
There's
quite
flying
a
at the moment.
I know. I feel like women are flying. Fully.
yeah. It's nice to see. I feel like there was an era that they were kind of like obviously doing bits, but it wasn't really put on mainstream
It's just
media.
such a male-dominated genre.
It is, yeah.
I think more than any other genre that I've personally seen.
Grime.
Yeah. Well, yeah, actually, yeah. Other than grime.
I feel like they're quite connected.
True.
Yeah.
In similar ways. But who do you want to shout out? Madam X, number one, of course.
Well, yeah, so she's also dropping, she's like put out Hoodlum, FC, sorry, forgot the name. Hoodlum, something, with Cartridge.
EP coming out
and then
as
the
well.
EP's coming out next month.
Which
So
is
it's first
stuff.
her time dabbling into actual production. But I feel like she always produces anyway because she has Kaizen, so she's like co-producing with whoever.
100%. But
She's
it's just
putting out
actually
on that.
putting stuff out on her own name.
Mia Coden.
Of course, she is
doing bits at the moment.
queen of dubstep in my eyes at the moment,
Yeah.
honestly. Just everything about
I feel like
her.
she's bringing a very like cool fusion to dubstep as well.
Her energy as
Like,
well. Is
yeah,
just like,
she's super lovely.
Just everything about her as well. Like the way she promotes herself on social media is so refreshing. It's
Yeah.
so nice to see.
Very like humble and approachable as well. Like, you know, super nice.
She's just doing it in a way that like I don't think anyone else is doing.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. Like with when she's putting out her stuff online, it's not just like selfies and it's actually like considered like insides, behind the scenes, like into like sort of like she puts her track list out as well, and like
so nice.
there's no gatekeeping around it, which sometimes I feel like a lot of people do, which I understand that as well.
Yeah, of course. I think happy medium.
It's
Was
like
it
the
Mia
journey.
that put out and she let her audience decide what track she was going to release first?
Maybe that's just made me think of Dub Plate Drama. Do you remember that? It would like sorry.
No, carry on.
It's where like they show, it was all about I don't know, early 2000s, but they play an episode and then at the end you pick A or B.
Oh my god, don't. I've recently watched all of
it's so
that.
good.
It is the best fucking thing
so that's
ever.
like,
It's so good. And then you'd pick how the next episode would go, and it'd always be the most dramatic.
I always wondered, did they film both episodes?
Yeah,
regardless.
Surely they would have filmed both endings.
Sorry, I've just made us pivot so much.
I'm sorry, but that is
Ariella, you need to watch that.
You need to watch that. It is the most dramatic but like incredible thing ever. And like
it's got like Shiesty in it. Styles immaculate.
Everyone is in it.
Yeah.
It's actually incredible.
Okay, I feel like we can have a little interlude of music.
Yeah.
So.
I don't want to see no more bloodshed. You can't tell. I don't want to see.
Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that little bit of music. Now, a little birdie told me you guys have something exciting coming up. So would you like to expand on that?
Yeah, so me and Ellie have been working quite closely for quite a while now, to be fair.
Yeah.
I think I approached you maybe like, I think it was like springtime.
It was, because we did that playlist in May.
Yeah,
so it must have been like a few months before that. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. It must have been like maybe like Feb time. That's definitely not spring, but yeah. So I basically approached Ellie because we met just because we were literally just going to the same events. We had
I've
like,
seen your face a lot.
Yeah.
I saw your face a lot as well. It's just like one of them where it's like we have exactly the same music taste and I feel like very similar styles as well. So obviously we gravitated towards really similar places in London as well.
I remember just going up to her outside. I've remembered the actual time when we first met, I think. So rewind from that. Outside Planet Wax, and was wearing one of the Crowan tracksuits, and I was just like, because I just love them. I was like, oh, that's, and I think that was it. And you're like, yeah.
Fell in love.
It's so nuts. And then I remember I literally had followed your page for a while, and then I remember just scrolling down, or you posted a picture, I can't remember which one it was.
Of you! Yes!
And there was
oh
a picture of me
really?
and like
Carnival.
all of my friends at Carnival.
But not
like,
of it, they were just walking
they were
by.
just walking by.
Yeah, and I didn't speak, and you said that,
Oh my
that we were just
God.
walking by, you just snapped a picture of us all. And then like, I didn't realise I was on there because it was like inverted for a while.
Yeah.
Right,
And then I was
okay.
literally like, what the hell? This is when we started speaking when we were out.
Yeah,
and I was
yeah.
like, this was
That
meant
was
to be.
weird.
It's just like full circle moment where like, it's so nice.
I do always love that though, little side pivot again, when people,
Yeah.
the photos find the people.
Yeah.
I
I'm
think
like,
it's so funny. Like, I
Yeah.
always send people, like, I feel like it's happened a few times where it's like my cousin's friend and you've taken a picture of them and I just send it to them and I'm just like,
It's
lol.
so nice.
so good.
It's so funny. I love it.
It's really nice. And then so we became friends. We'd see each other all the time out. And then I basically messaged her one day and was like, I have a proposition. And was like, I feel like we need to work together. We have very similar creative styles. And I think like the way that we think of archiving and like documenting is like such an important thing. We really kind of bonded on that.
For real. It gave me like, what's the right word? Placement, and made me feel like, oh, this stuff is being seen.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, because, yeah.
Makes it
it's
feel
just
kind
like
of worth it in a way.
Kind of, because it's almost like this, it's like definitely a hobby, but when I'm doing it, it's just like, I just like get into zone, just like mash it up and like lay it all out and collage it and stuff. And that was probably actually just being done because I didn't know anyone else. So that was like me like reprocessing like how I'd experienced that night, or like being out, or like just connecting to it all. And then, yeah, like collaborating is like my favorite way to work. And you're saying the same.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And it's just it gives it more purpose, because when it's just you, it's kind of like, it takes a lot of self-motivation, because there's no blueprint for this. There's no blueprint for like anything about a lot what we're doing, or for a lot of what we're all doing. And sometimes I'm just like, not gonna do it this week.
You just don't really feel like it.
Yeah,
but
or it's
whereas
just
I feel
like,
when
is
it's
this
like
landing?
a duo, you're like, okay, we got to do it. Like you will reach that
100%.
deadline.
Yeah.
You will motivate each other.
Even just bouncing ideas off someone, or like in the middle of the night, I'll text Ellie and be like, I've just seen this random thing. It's given me this idea. And
Many
she'll-
times. And I'm
so
like,
nice
this is the
though,
best
like-
way to start the day, because I like look at the message and I'm like, yes.
It'll be like a 4-minute voice note of me being like, right, I'm about to brain dump. That's what it was
Or like
saying.
all those photos of just like under that bridge. And it's like, I see the vision. To anyone else, they'd be like, a wall.
No, literally.
Yeah.
I literally like walked around. So like I live in Hackney Wick, and I walked around another way from the stadium that I think I've been once, but I don't remember it. And it was literally just like basically an alleyway on the canal, but I was literally taking pictures of like walls and under a
And I'm, like,
bridge. And I literally
setting.
was like, Ellie, shoot, me, you, do you see the vision? I was like, if I said this to anyone else, they'd be like, have you like lost your mind?
Right.
But Ellie was
I
like,
think we
see
have
it.
though,
So-
slightly.
No, literally. So I approached her, and she really, really kind of was on board with us working together. We didn't really know how we were gonna
Like merge
merge
the two.
together, but we just knew that we both really, really wanted to work together. So we kind of started.
But I remember we sat down and we were like had our laptops there, and we were gonna like plot it all out, and we just chatted for like 4 hours or something. And I was like, okay, bye. But I think that helped fabricate what our commonalities and like
100%.
values and all of that,
No,
and like what to
definitely.
Yeah.
actually focus on.
Because you need to be on the same page
Same
if you're going to
page.
work with anyone, because creative projects take so long and you spend so much time going back and forth that you need to make sure that you're fully on the same page, and that you kind of have the same values
It's
creatively.
So we put out a playlist in like May to kind of like introduce the fact we were working together, and also bear in mind like summer has just happened with like festivals and like all that. So like behind the scenes things have been
Things are going
rolling,
on,
but it's
yeah.
like
But I feel like winter's the best time to like put it out there, because people are
Totally.
like doing nothing and they're just like waiting for exciting things.
grinding season.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I feel like, did you guys drop that like near Project 6 or like just after Project 6 or something? I feel like I remember
Yeah,
like
maybe just before.
yeah, I
It
can't
was
remember if
May,
it was
so
before
then
or
that was
after, but I
June.
feel like it was like the perfect timing. Like we had all just like had all these little day festivals and then it dropped.
And I think the playlist was like a perfect way to do it, just because we have very similar music tastes as
Yeah,
well.
just like a subtle like
Yeah.
Because it's
That's
all about
cool.
parallels of like the then and the now.
Yeah.
With like all of our work is where you're like writing about like kind of archival aspects of where like record labels have come from, or just like history of stuff that other people might not know about, but we all like kind of do know like this. But then the stuff that Hollie dives into even further is just like fascinating. And then so with the parallels of that, we've tried to like encapsulate a visual language of like putting it on like an old iMac interface and like all like the pop-ups from like early 2000s and stuff, because like that's when a lot of the sounds that we're referencing originated, and then like paralleling like what's not the difference, just like the difference the difference is
yeah. So,
the
I feel like we know
difference
what you
is
No, literally. And then we called the playlist I Got Tunes.
Yeah,
It's a play on iTunes.
very exciting.
If anyone didn't understand that.
I got tunes.
But we have another playlist coming out next month, which
Exciting.
is very exciting.
Is it the same name?
Yeah,
Oh,
so it's all going to be under the
Under the
I Got
same name.
Tunes, and it's all going to be on that iTunes interface. But
Yeah.
if you look at the graphic and you zoom in, it's got so many little details on it.
Yeah.
It is built. It is.
Yeah.
It is correct.
We took a hot minute making that.
Yeah.
And it's proud of it. It's just it's really cool.
definitely.
And it's not something like I've seen a lot of people do playlists before. Obviously,
But
that's
not in that way.
not in that like visual way, because we're
Yeah.
both very visual people. Like we both like, obviously your page is like very graphic based with your photography, and like what I do like freelance
Also.
graphics and stuff as well, and like with the Garms and everything. So I feel like it's just
It's a good
perfect
merge.
way.
Also feels like both like modern, but also like you're encapsulating all like the amazing things from the past. So I feel like it's
This
a nice
is
little
exactly
fusion
what we wanted to do,
between the
and we
two.
have another little item coming out very soon, which is very
Oh,
exciting.
First physical.
Oh, okay. Is
I was
that
gonna
the
say
little
physicality, but I'm not sure if that's a word. Like physical thing.
Physical.
Yeah, the first one, and then there is something that I'm gassed about the long term.
Yeah, but this
it's
is like a very it's a long term project. So like with FCFM, I always said that I didn't want to put a time frame on the project. I think I just wanted to let it run,
See how it goes.
and just make it quite natural. But I think with Ellie, I think it's going to be something that we we take long term, and it's just gonna just see.
But I think
where
that's
it all
cool though.
goes.
It's nice. Like it's not all rushed coming out.
There
all
is
at
such a
once.
pressure to like rush things, I think. And
Yeah, definitely.
I try to take time with things because, it's like pacing things out and just almost kind of like using a lot of experiences that we're having in the now, like to, especially when it is so subculturally connected, it's like we're all living in that now. So it's like everybody knows that's happening now. So even in a year or whatever, it's, I don't know, we're not putting a time frame on it because we don't know when it'll be, but it's like, I think the more we can gather and like reflect and like represent from our time, otherwise we're literally just representing the past. It's
exactly.
like,
and
so
that's
just
not
collecting.
something that we've lived through. Like we
Exactly.
were saying, like obviously, like I'm 25, Ellie's a bit older than me as well, and like we were saying that obviously we weren't around when the dubstep was concepted or anything like that. All we've
this
got
is what's amazing though, because you're like 2004, 1999, 1991. So it's like three
crazy
generations of.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing. Like, it's beautiful though, learning from like people who obviously have like more knowledge from like the beginning days. So I love it.
I'm trying to make stuff that I look at in 20 years.
Yeah,
how I
like,
look at all the stuff that I look at, like
literally.
all of my archive pieces and stuff like that. I'm trying to make stuff
like the
that
way
I
we
can
all look at like Georgina Cook and like, you know, in 20 years time, like
exactly
be so cool.
Yeah,
100%.
Hopefully.
Really exciting.
Yeah. Also, I've never met anybody else that like collects things that I do, like you
God.
do. Who like
do you
did a little
collect?
show and tell, just
we're
like
little birds. aren't we?
Blockbuster card, like just like wristbands,
the most random
just
stuff.
things that represent a moment that are like so throwaway to like
Most people.
normies.
Like train tickets, do you keep that?
Interesting. That's how I got onto my art foundation. I collected all my train tickets and put them on a canvas, and then my dad was into Ernest Hemingway, and there's a quote saying that he did, Hemingway, not my dad, I don't buy a ticket, I just get on the train. But I fully bought every ticket, and I was like, fuck off, can I? It's fine. It's fine. I was fucked up. Wait, sorry. I was, lost my train of thought.
You collected all the tickets.
And then just put them on a canvas and then wrote that quote over the top. And then that was like how I started, like got into art school.
Mm-hmm. That's insane.
Not thought about that in ages.
Yeah.
It's just so nice to have physical. I'm like very much a physical person. I like to have all my physical. I like things. If you ever see my room, I like things.
This is it.
I like collecting stuff. I just like physical items.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like archiving, a lot of the work that I do is online, a lot of the work that you do is online. So having like actual physical items that you can touch and you know that are there and you're not going to lose it. If I lose my laptop or whatever, I know that all of these things are still going to be there.
So, it's true actually.
Even like rave flyers, it's so they are starting to be about a bit more, but like physical ones. Like I remember, or like tickets from going to one, because I helped my mum move out last week, and I found one that was 2009 Souk Night at Area 51. I can't remember who else was on the lineup, and I was just like, yo. And but then. So I keep like a collage of digital ones on like
this
Illustrator.
Thing is insane.
Yeah,
really?
It's just like since started Garms and Sets, so it's like September 21.
It's
kind. I don't know.
Sick.
One day maybe print it out, like because it is big.
It's
now.
actually every single rave that Ellie has ever been to. She has a
not
massive,
ever since 2021. So since Garms and Sets happened.
It's just poster archive. It's actually
incredible.
incredible.
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
And you're gonna imagine this in like 20, 30 years.
Well, this is it.
Back.
Everyone's like, do a book.
Massive.
And I'm like, not yet.
Not yet. I feel like you gotta wait.
Yeah.
But eventually.
Yeah. In the meantime, we shall fill that gap.
We shall.
Exactly. Very exciting. Okay, right. Well, I'm sure everyone listening has probably been asked, like, you know, when you say you like dubstep and someone's like, oh, so you listen to Skrillex, right? But no, you do not listen to Skrillex, okay? So I wanted to move on
I do like that Tears tune though with Joker.
In it.
Yeah,
it's
okay.
It's Joker. That's
What
I'd say.
Yeah,
Well, I
sorry.
feel like no, it's okay. We can talk about the thing. Like all my friends hate Skrillex.
Yes, that documentary.
It's really good. If anyone's not seen it,
please
it's on YouTube.
go and watch it.
It's by a YouTuber. What's his name? I can't remember. But he does a lot of deep dives into a lot of like music people and just genres in general. He has a really interesting one on Flirta D as well.
Okay,
it's really good. If you watch it, you should watch that.
Oh, okay.
But it basically
summed it up perfectly.
Yeah, perfectly. It basically just goes through the whole thing of like everyone just assuming that when you say you like dubstep, that
You like
you love
Skrillex.
Skrillex. And like the Americanization of dubstep
dubstep is
specifically
insane.
is what it goes through.
Yeah.
And it's just super interesting. He like like the scientific thing behind it he goes through, which is really, really
It's
interesting.
And also
crazy
the
though, 'cause-
connotation that like if, especially because like I'm in my 30s, like, oh, you still go out, and they think sometimes, not everyone, but like I'm just there like escaping life and like getting wrecked, and I'm like, I will go sober. It's like dubstep is not all tear out. It can be very melodic and like very therapeutical, and
I mean,
the vibrations, like,
for me, that was how I actually like started really loving it. I was going through a bit of a strange time, and I was just like always listening to dubstep, and I feel like it was like sound healing for me.
absolutely.
So it's
really refreshing
fun.
as well going to a rave where it's not just the basis of everyone's there to get fucked. Everyone's there to get off their head and like not remember the night. It's like really refreshing to just go in.
I feel like it's very much like a 1-2 type of beer thing. Like it's not no
fully.
one's getting absolutely wasted.
And it always has
like,
been. It's
There
always
are
been,
some.
There are some, but we
course.
excuse them.
We won't call you out.
Yeah, they're still enjoying it though. They're just you know.
Yeah, and it's so nice. It's always
Yeah.
been a spliff and a Guinness type of genre.
Yeah, no, it's
Which is so nice.
Yeah, totally.
It just kind of makes sure that everyone's just there for the music, I guess, instead of just there to get absolutely mash up.
Speaking of music, shall we do a couple more tunes? And we are back.
Hello.
Yeah. So did we want to talk a little bit about dubstepping?
Yeah, tell us about dubstepping.
Tell us what's happening tomorrow.
Yeah.
On Sunday.
What day is it?
Oh, it's Friday.
Today is Friday. So
I
on
meant that.
Sunday, we've got the dubstepping marathon at Mode, which is very exciting. It's, I think, 12 hours or 11 hours of
That's insane.
dubstep.
That's a lot of
Which-
dubstep.
I know, right? And I'm going to be here the whole time.
Yes.
Dreams come true, right?
Yeah, right? So just, I've got some of my favourite DJs at the moment.
Who have you got in the
And
lineup?
I've got a Phyllis Dread.
Nice.
I've got 99. I've got me and Louis
They got them both.
going
Yeah.
Three of
back
them.
to back.
Everyone.
You know,
Yeah, the lineup
who
is
else do we
stacked. I
have?
can't lie. I saw it yesterday and I was
Have
like, damn.
Ines,
Got Neo B.
Midrib. No, she's not actually playing.
Oh, whoops, sorry.
But it's okay.
But big up Neo B though, for
no.
real.
Yeah.
That is my
She-
queen.
she
She's
did
absolutely
good.
killing it.
That class she did with Rose
NLDC.
Latif.
Oh my
Very
god, the
good.
last
Both of
NLDC.
them.
I think that was like one of my favourite
It was
sets of the
insane.
month.
That girl, she
Same.
can clash. I'll tell you that.
Mm-hmm.
She can.
Fire.
But yeah, so that's exciting. And obviously we got the September newsletter coming out. We've got
Yeah.
to
I really
that
love what you're doing
feature.
with the newsletters, by the way.
Oh,
think
I
they're-
hope people
they're
actually
really
find it
interesting.
interesting
Yeah,
because
and I love that I get it in my email. I
I feel like it's such a kind of niche thing in a way because it's like if you don't check your email, you haven't seen it. So like,
No, it's really nice though because you get features from a lot of people doing different stuff.
that's the thing. I'm really trying to make it like almost a community newsletter. Like include some
Yeah.
of my favorite people in the scene and kind of like amongst the scene even and just
It's
get
like what
their
you just said, like
low
favorite sets of the
opinions.
month and stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. I mean, like
Yeah.
part of me is like, no one cares, but then I'm also like,
do.
well,
do.
you know, I care, so it's okay.
I can't say no one cares because there's always a few people,
Someone
and the
who-
people that do care are the ones that matter. the
Yeah,
most.
that's the thing. Like the messages I've been getting are really cute as well. Because in my
Nice.
head, I'm just like, oh, it's just like who's even looking? But like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's quite fun, and
Yeah,
we've got
absolutely.
a feature from somebody special over here.
Coming.
Coming, so I'm very excited.
It's class. And that's how I met you as well, the January one.
Yeah,
Because you told me to come down. I came down with Josh and it was
Yeah, that- I
first
feel
week
like-
of January. Amazing.
literally, yeah, the 5th of January.
Yeah.
We first had our little interaction in
Yeah,
real life, and then
Love
it was like,
that.
oh,
Yeah.
cool. Like we like the same things. You know, we're about the same kind of
Yeah,
vibe. So that was
and
really
that's literally
cool.
how we met as well. Same.
Yeah,
same
literally,
thing. We
like,
actually met at a dubstepping event.
It's so nice. Yeah, the Planet Wax one, which Ellie played at.
Oh my God,
how did
thank
that
you
go,
so much.
guys?
I
Yeah.
loved that.
That was
That
super.
was- it
I
was
feel
so
like that
fun.
was such a good energy. Like
Yeah.
everyone was there
Yeah.
for the ladies, and it was just
Yes.
like I don't know. It was really nice. Like from start to end, it was quite busy. Like it was just good people.
Yeah, I was like
Honestly, 8
p.m. I was
it
like,
was
everyone,
like-
then you showed up. I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so
It gives you
nice.
energy. It's
It
like
does. I feel like
nice
it was
to have your friends around you.
Definitely.
And,
Definitely.
didn't someone say no one's ever done an all-female dubstep lineup before. It's the first one.
The first ones
ever
in like dubstep history.
No way.
So I know I was kind of.
I'm not surprised, but
Yeah,
like,
but it's quite cool, and I'm like, ooh. But that's the thing, like. I feel like I'm not anti-men either.
Of
like
course,
obviously, you know, we love male dubstep DJs, but I think it's also so important that we are highlighting women in dubstep, because there's always like one token woman on a dubstep lineup.
We just need a
balance.
balance.
Always.
Or not even
always,
exactly, like barely there might be a little token woman on a lineup.
To express it's not like anti-men.
Yeah, because I think so many people actually are anti-men, and I'm like, I'm not anti-men at all. Like, just clarifying.
Yeah, there's so many amazing like men,
male DJs,
giving amazing opportunities to the women in the scene, and so it's definitely not about that, but it's like then to off the back of that just promote and kind of give them a shining
shining on women.
Amazing.
They are there.
They are there, exactly.
Hard enough, and they are there.
And they are.
And you proved that. You had Shan, who was absolutely incredible.
Shan, amazing.
Love Shan.
Freya,
Coco Dubs,
big ups,
Jazz,
yes,
like Midrib,
big
ups, Midrib as well.
We love Midrib.
Everything Midrib's doing with Lapper as well.
It's
like
incredible, honestly. If you just
watch
active. I feel like the London scene at the moment
is
super
very
healthy.
active,
it's super
and
healthy,
I
which
was
is so nice to see.
going to talk about that as well, because I remember it would be like September, you'd be like, oh, I can't wait for that Team Medi night in December.
Yeah, I know,
and
but
it's
now
like,
it's so many different
every
events.
week, like,
and I feel like it's nice that we're all like kind of friends too. Like everyone knows each other, and you know, everyone's like, oh yeah, I'll see you there. Like
it's one of them where
really
you can just turn. I feel like I could just turn up to most things.
Yeah, and you know at least someone.
And I'm like, if no one wants to come with me, or like say my like immediate like friendship group, like, oh I'm busy, I'll be like, you know what, I'm literally just gonna go.
Yeah, because
and rock up, because there's gonna be someone there that I know. Even if I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do a solo one this time. Literally, I went to Waterworks recently, and I was like, I'm just gonna go on my own. You know, I really wanted to go. The lineup was really fucking good. And I was like, I'm just going to go on my own. And I literally got as far as the train there. And then I saw Cass, I saw all my mates, and I was like, it's just meant to be, do you know what I mean?
It is. I feel like that's, music just brings people together.
Exactly.
It's so nice.
Like that was a good thing to focus on, because I guess if you're not involved in it at the moment, it might sound really daunting, like whoa, this is like really cliquey, everybody knows each other. Absolutely not.
Like, it's so welcoming.
Not.
Like, I feel like everyone is like, stood there with open arms, like come.
All it takes, like say, like obviously NLDC is like my main thing for this.
Probably the hub,
the hub of community. For me personally, I think for all of us.
I think because it's also a monthly thing too.
Yeah,
like,
all it takes is for someone to come up to us at smoking and be like, "This is my first one," and we're like,
"That was me." Like,
and then like you see them in the next one, you're like, "Oh my god, you came back!" And then you're literally like your mates. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because I feel like we all started out just seeing each other in the smoky area, and then it was like, "Oh, hey." So it's nice.
Oh, it's good. And then just back to that newsletter that you're doing, it's like, it's just, I really rate it. I think
thank you.
Like,
keep them coming.
Keep them coming. I know, I'm like, gosh, 1 month, but that's okay. It's fun.
But you're filling it out, like the content is being so varied, and like, so like people are like absolutely gonna be wanting to be involved in this.
Definitely.
It's
excited to write my piece for the next one.
I'm excited to get it.
I'm not going to reveal my secrets.
Oh, yes.
You have to sign up to the mailing list, and then you can find out. But I'm excited.
Yeah, no, it should be fun. I'm excited.
Have you got anything else planned for dubstepping? Any events in the future?
Well, I'm hoping to do one like November time.
Nice.
But that's like maybe. But also, I'm going to do one at Planet Wax in January.
Nice.
So
I think Planet Wax is a really nice place for it as well.
Yeah, it's really cute, and I like as a little hub. It's cute.
Yeah,
it's
so
definitely
nice. That is that's somewhere that you can just go and see.
Yeah, and I feel like just heads are like walking
and
past.
It's free.
Like, it's free.
You
Exactly.
can just pop in, you pop out. You can literally
go.
There's
always
if you go early enough, go buy some records, go have a drink, and then you can leave, or you can like head there later.
Anyway, because it always gets busy.
It always gets super busy. Yeah, but that's why I also kind of like it. Like I kind of love being at an event at like 9 p.m. Like I'm not about the 11 p.m. life. Like I like being there early, then I can be in bed.
Yeah.
It's also good early,
like looking at the sky, like.
Ellie does not like early nights.
I do. Well, no, I sleep like 9 hours a night on average. Normally, it just so happens that sometimes recently, probably the most iconic of all was the last NLDC. I don't know what happened.
That's insane.
Yeah, Drime. I blame Drime.
Yeah.
Bless Drime, man.
Yeah.
Okay, for the last 10 minutes, I'm thinking, should we do a little quick fire questions. Okay.
Yes.
Right, we'll go round. So,
I'm ready.
Oh, panic.
shall we say
Unleash the brain.
favourite set ever or of this year? What do we think?
Ever. I've
Okay,
got one
favourite
that's
set
popped up.
ever.
Mallow James Blake, like not ever, like as in the first one I think
Yeah.
of at Phonox, because it's one of those where the lineup's not listed, so like
Yeah,
you get
so
there
it
and then
was-
you're like, what?
Yeah.
And that was just beautiful. Like I was just stood right at the front, like, yeah.
Yeah.
When was that?
December last year.
Oh,
Dog
man.
Oh yeah,
Joy
no,
was
was that
there?
the one with the 4 in September? No. Not
Yeah,
that one.
it must have been. It
Yeah,
was
no,
like
that
one
was
week after
really
the
good.
other. I went to the first one and it was like Goth Trad was there.
Yeah,
and
I
was
went to the
like,
first one. It was so good.
Sick.
Yeah.
And the last one. Yeah, I feel like I don't think I have a favourite whole set, but the first time I ever went to Subdub, like just the whole Deep Medi room, I was just
Yeah.
like, I fell in love.
Yeah.
So I'd say that night with, I can't even remember who played, not gonna lie, but
Sometimes
it was,
it's
it was
like-
just the whole room it was a good vibe.
Just a
What
vibe.
about you, Hollie?
I don't know if I can actually pinpoint it, but one
kinda
that
hard.
really stands out, just like the day in general, was Forward
Yeah.
at Printworks.
Yeah.
Just because I'd never been to Printworks, I'd held off for like, how many years was it
neither had
open?
I.
Like 5
Yeah.
years. I'd held off because there was never an event that really spoke to me that I was like, no, I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to go
Yeah,
to this.
trust.
And then,
I don't think they'd ever played to a room that big.
no,
It was like,
No.
it's mental.
Ah.
So like, it was my first Forward,
yeah.
my first
Same.
Printworks. And I literally went with I went with these people that I met at Afters like 2 days before, and I literally they happened to mention they were going, and I was like, I want to go, but I don't know anyone that will come with me. And they
yeah.
literally went buy a ticket and come, and I was
Yeah.
like, so I went with these random people. Who
God.
now it was Zero, who's now like one of my really
Yeah.
close mates.
That- I did
I
not know
know.
this was your. No way.
So like I'd met him 2 days before that at that Afters, and now we're like best mates. And it's so mental, and I just went with them, and I had the sickest time. It's my first time hearing like proper dubstep, like all the classics in London
Yeah.
at Printworks. I think it was
That was
just it was just
amazing.
incredible. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, what about favourite club in London? We'll
Oof.
go.
Old Cause.
Yeah,
Has to be.
the
The
one-
old Cause was literally biblical. Like
I
if
didn't
Corsica.
actually go to that.
yeah, Corsica.
But
to be
I've
fair.
never been to a dubstep night at Corsica. I just love Rupture.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Need to go.
So-
Yeah, I
to
quite like-
Singularity. They had a subblock in room 2 the other day, and
Yeah.
it was booting off in there. To
Room
be
2
honest.
gets hot.
It was so
Yeah,
hot.
really hot.
Room 1.
It was so
I
hot.
quite like Phonox. I don't know if it's like my
Yeah,
favourite, but
I
I
like
like it
Phonox.
as like a
Especially when it's
It's
got
cute.
a system.
yeah, it's
for
cool with the
sure.
system.
I think just the old Cause. Like
Yeah.
if you went,
I
it
know.
was just
I didn't get
just
to experience it.
no
but-
more words needed. It was just
Yeah, I
unreal.
feel like that is what people just always talk about when they talk about.
Yeah, I
favourite
do love
club.
the new Cause though. I think it is
I don't
still
know,
really
I
I
sick.
used to work in
It's
that building.
quite big
do.
though.
William Hodges' studio.
Oh,
It was
mad.
upstairs.
That's
like,
crazy.
oh, what the fuck, yeah.
Mad. Yeah, it's as good, not as good, but
Yeah.
it's still up there. The Cause, I think. I think it's just very different from any
Yeah, I
other club
feel
in
like
London.
it
It's
is
got like
quite
its
different.
own. It's like its own thing.
Were you at that event at Christmas? The Cortex? No, Cortex is it or Genesis?
Yeah.
Oh my god, it was freezing.
Yeah.
Like,
But then
Oh, it was-
the room
that whole
upstairs
it was
building
so cold.
was so hot.
So
'cause
hot, and then you
Sniper
go
was Sniper
outside,
was
yeah.
playing. She was playing vinyl,
She
and she
was
said
sick.
all her vinyls kept skipping because
Yeah,
there
it
was literally
was-
sweat
no,
dripping
it was
onto
I kind
her
of
so
love
vinyl.
those
sweaty.
stories, though.
I know.
Yeah, it
It's
was
like,
good.
do you
but
ever hear about the
freezing outside.
dungeons under Lower Clapton Road, like Lee Bridge Roundabout?
No.
So this is like maybe
so
just
near
in
me.
between jungle and drum and bass
Mm.
switch over, and there is like tunnels under the roundabout, and they literally just said that like things would just get cut off because the amount of sweat dripping onto the vinyl.
No
way.
I just
God,
love
that's
stories like
insane.
that.
Okay, I feel like
Oh,
one
sorry.
last little.
next?
Okay, if you're gonna shout out like maybe your favorite up and coming producer or DJ, just quickly
Female?
before we end. Yes, female,
Of course.
please.
I want to shout out Neo B. I think everything that she's doing at the moment is incredible. If you see her play, I think she just plays. She's just so into and so focused on what she's doing. She's just absolutely incredible, I think. And she's just like such a sweetheart as well, to be honest. And she's like so young, and she's just so. I think not many people know much about her. So I think if you ever can catch a Neo B set, I think you need to.
Dude.
She shells it.
She shells
Yeah.
it fully.
I absolutely have to say Mad Max.
Of course.
Yeah.
Totally. Like knowing her reference points, her intelligence applied to it, like her, like just how she does it is like, yeah.
And she's
Amazing.
she's always so open to giving that
Yeah.
knowledge out. We
Mm.
literally in a cab on the way back from Phonics with
Yeah.
it, and she literally were just talking about sets and stuff. And I woke
Yeah.
up in the morning and she'd sent me a text
Yeah.
with all of these grime sets and all these dubstep sets, and she was like, "Just listen to these
Listen to
and,
these.
and tell me what you think." And I was like,
Oh,
"I
so
love
she
that."
She loves it. She's
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
yeah, passionate.
She gave me homework.
Yeah.
That's so good. I'd say like mine is probably mid-drib. Like I love like Josie's so cute. Like she's and
so
what
sweet.
she does is sick, and the way she mixes and just produces, I think is really cool, and it gives like I feel like it's kind of old school but with a new kind of fusion.
Yeah, she
and
flicks between genres.
yeah,
so
exactly,
beautifully
but
as
so
well.
amazing. Like she's not just sick at one, like she's sick at them all. So I think it's amazing.
For sure.
But yeah, I feel like we're entering our last kind of 5 minutes of talking, but it's been so lovely.
Yeah.
And I'm excited for everything like we've got in store. So
Same.
yeah,
Thank you
make
for
sure
having
to
us.
of course, thank you for coming. Make sure to check out FavouriteChild and Garms and Sets and Hollie and Ellie and obviously dubstepping as well.
Yes.
Yeah. So you'll catch us soon. Make sure to tune into the dubstepping marathon on Sunday from 11 a.m.
You've got to be there
Yeah.
for the whole 12 hours.
Yes.
Yeah, like you.
I know, amazing, right?
Yeah.
No, it should be fun. But yeah, I think that's us done.